Deafening silence and resonating walls characterize the ambience of lecture halls at the University of Nairobi. With the lecturers' strike now going into the second week, students from both regular and parallel programs have been forced to put their studies on hold.
My other friends from private universities are now studying, they're now in class, and we're really losing a lot because time is going. We're supposed to be finalizing and we're supposed to start the syllabus already. So we feel like if the lecturer's strike is not going to be solved as soon as possible, it's going to really affect us as students because we'll have minimal time to cover the topics that we were going to have in this semester. So it's going to be really hectic for us once the strike is called off pretty late.
Such is, however, the state of talks between the government and the university dons.
We have actually involved our parent ministry, education, all through. We have involved through the parent ministry, treasury, and they have been there more than 4 or 5 times. We have also involved the SRC continuously.
But despite the statement by the Interpublic University Council Consultative Forum chairperson Professor Ratego Micheka alleging the tabling of a counter-offer, University Academic Staff Union Organizing Secretary Dr. Maloba Wekesa denies.
Actually, there wasn't any offer. On January 6th, when we went there, they wanted to meet us. That is what they were saying. When you have a counter proposal, you table it. When you don't, you make it a talk shop. And ideally, when we met them, we wanted them to have the personnel that can be able to talk about that counter proposal. We were talking amongst ourselves because it was a vice chancellors. The vice chancellors are our own colleagues. Why are we talking to our own colleagues again? We wanted the Ministry of Education to be there. We wanted the people from the Salaries and Remuneration Committee to be there, and we wanted the members of the IPUCCF, complete with the Treasury officials. That way, you can know that you are having fruitful discussions.
We have taken this particular action simply because the government is discriminating against workers in our public universities.
We will not heed anybody's urge to call off strike. The strike will be called off on condition that the CBA is fully implemented.
The courts cannot be used by the university managers who have messed up the CBA to intimidate workers.
Different year, same faces, same struggle, but with no resolve. The Salaries and Remuneration Commission in the re-evaluation of the job group structure sought to peg salaries to performance, qualifications and experience. Much to the contrary, workers in several public sectors have since resorted to industrial action, accusing the government of ignoring their grievances. Dr. Wekesa argues that the economy can sustain the demands of lecturers and other public servants.
Our economy can support what we are asking. But beyond that, and more importantly, we simply want first to talk to the Ministry of Education, Treasury, and the SRC. Come and talk to us. We have given you our proposal. As researchers, we have conducted our own due diligence. We have not bandied out figures without knowing the economic impact it can create in this country. We have come up with figures we can defend.
And so are they justified in their agitation?
They deserve something that is equivalent to what they're doing because per semester they can have almost 4 groups, and each group of a regular student in the public university is almost 600. So you can imagine how many students these teachers are dealing with and how much the workload is a lot. And there are branches, there are different branches of the university, like the main campus is Kabete, there's Parklands. You find that they have to be in Parklands, at the same time come back to the University of Nairobi main campus, go to Kabete. So they have a lot of things that they do. They even go to an extent of mentoring the students and networking with them and helping them in the future. So I think lecturers deserve something.
But there's more.
We are very thinly spread around. Very thinly spread around. They have been adding student numbers at the university, but you've never heard about the commensurate increase in the numbers of lecturers. Meaning that we are actually working throughout the year. Most of us don't even go on leave. Every time I'm supervising a student, I have to read a new book. I have to engage in new discourse. I have to buy books. I have to attend conferences. I have to go out there and be in touch with my own colleagues. Knowledge is dynamic. I cannot sit at one place. I have to be out there in the world. I have to travel to many places to be able to source out this knowledge and be able to flesh it out for those who are actually coming through various professions. The work environment is very important.
Talks to resolve the current impasse between the lecturers and the government have borne little fruit, with a 3% counter-offer termed a drop in the ocean. With Parliament set to officially go off session ahead of the elections, their cause is now a matter of race against time to have their grievances addressed. Even in the face of uncertainty, Dr. Wekesa maintains that lecturers in the country are more than willing to report to their workstations as long as their predicament is not given a blind eye.
You can see I'm seated in an empty lecture theatre. I am supposed to be in front there. I'm not supposed to be seated here. My students are supposed to be seated here while I'm there. Why am I seated here? I am willing to go back right in front of that lecture room right now for as long as the government can respond to my needs.